Yo, what's up everyone? It is Friday here on the To Be Community Twitch channel. And you know what it means? It means it's Under Night in Birth Challenger League Friday. I'm your host SinJul, and with me is Voa. Hi Voa.
Hey SinJul, it's lovely to be back here again for another, I guess, Challenger League set. Yeah, full Challenger League set of Under Night in Birth. I hope people enjoyed me here last time, and I hope they'll enjoy me here again.
I'm pretty sure everyone will enjoy your commentary. You know the game. You have to play later on. So I mean, before we switch casters to Lionheart after the first match, maybe you can give us a small prediction. What do you think how it's gonna go? But yeah, while we're talking about the matches, let's just have a quick look. So we're gonna have 2 matches today. If you don't know Challenger League how it works, it's an 11-week online league. Group stage is round robin. For Under Night, we have only one group of 9 players. And yeah, everyone is gonna face each other in a first to 7. Every single match gives you 1 point if you win. And if you win the whole set, so if you win 7-0, you get 8 points. If you lose 6-7, you still get 6 points. And we actually had some players qualifying last season for playoffs just by having very good matches. Like they had more losses, but they lost very close to the other top 3 players. So they made.
I mean, that's the entire point behind the Challenger League, is that it allows skilled players to still be able to show their skill in a more intense atmosphere. It can be really challenging when everything that you do is just 2 of 3, and sometimes you can feel like you didn't show your best foot forward, or you feel like you didn't get the most out of each set of games that you could have possibly wanted. But going forward with like a best of 7 where every match does count, it means that even when you're feeling dispirited, or even when you're feeling like, this is rough and I know I'm not going to win this, it's still that point where you're like, okay, it's okay that I lost that. I can still make this back. I can still get my points, and I can still go forward into it. It's a little bit more challenging when we hit the end of the Challenger League and we actually enter into the tournament. But even then, those first to 7s are still available for the players to show their stuff and be able to put their best foot forward again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the playoffs are single elimination, first to 10. So yeah, it's one chance. It's one chance you get. If you lose, then well, you can still play for 3rd place and get 10% of the prize money, which you can contribute via Matcherino to the prize pool. But yeah, so it's gonna be 7 weeks of group stage.
So you asked me for my prediction on this. Lionheart is no slouch. Their Nanase really put in work and showed up last time in the Challenger League. But this is Glodican. This is got the 2nd place Glodican. This is, you're not blocking this mix-up, I'ma do it to you again. Yuzuriha, Glodican. My money's on, obviously, Glodican right now, but I'm not saying that an upset is impossible. Nanase can pull out a lot of tricks, and if you can't shut down her wind approach, she's very difficult to keep out. If she can get in your head and start doing wind mix-ups on you over and over again, it can be extremely demoralizing. And in a long set, that can have an effect on you. It's one thing to shrug off one bad round, one bad game, with just Nanase bike-horning you down and just going da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and getting 3 mix-ups and winning the round. It's another thing when that's game 5 of her doing it again and again. So this is going to very much be a who breaks first kind of first to 7. It'll be entirely down to whether Glodican's mental fortitude and mix-ups can pull him through, or if Lionheart's ability to follow wind will allow them to follow their heart to victory.
I agree. I think both characters are very, you know, momentum based. Nanase, as soon as she gets the knockdown, she gets the projectile setups. And, you know, Yuzuriha is not a character with great reversals. So it's going to be difficult for Glodican to turn the momentum around. But I agree that Glodican is probably the favorite here to take it. But it's definitely not going to be a 7-0 sweep. That's for sure. And I think Lionheart, one of the best German Undernight players, the best Nanase player in the country, can definitely make it. He can definitely make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while we're talking, the players are already eager to play. They're in the room. So yeah, let's go. Let's head into the game. Let's see. What was the skip button? Yeah, okay. Who is actually going to take it?
All right, I believe we'll see both of these sticking with their mains. Yep, there they are. The chilled out lo-fi beats Yuzuriha and the ice cream Nanase. Oh, it looks like they're putting some thought into the color. If you're playing 7 sets, you gotta know that you're picking the right color for the right job. Alright, here we go, heading to Training Room. For those who don't know, Training Room and Park are the only stages that are really viable for under-night online play. Other stages can cause horrific lag and make the game almost unplayable. Rollback netcode for under-night when. I mean, we can all just play Melty Blood instead. Alright, and match start! Ooh, double dash forward from both players, trying to gain space and see what they can do. Glodican applying staggered pressure there really well. Lionheart trying to use shield to space out and get a bit more breathing room, but it's really hard to find the space. Oh, the amount of threat coming off Glodican. Dash up 60, just making you feel that kind of pressure. This is the kind of stuff that we were talking about. This is what got Glodican second place, is endless pressure, endless patient approach. But like you said, Lionheart not really giving into it. Being able to find the space, find the throw tech, and get this match back in towards their favor. And, yep, gonna see the knockdown into more wind pressure. Good throw. Again, there's the loop. There it is. Exactly what I was talking about. Nanase's causing the mind break to happen and allowing themselves to get all the pressure they need to win the round off 3 mix-ups? 4 mix-ups, maybe? Depends how many you count for those throws. Interesting round start there. And Glodican trying to find the space to control the match from this... ooh, very good use of air parry. Don't see that often. Alright, going for the knockdown with... Ooh, no knockdown off that. My bad. Going for air wind. An interesting choice. Most Nanases will jump into the air and use ground wind to try and follow it in. But against Glodican, who has a penchant for jumping in the air and trying to control space with stance, it's an interesting tactic to try and get the counter hit and knock in there. Glodican, being able to be much more comfortable this round, being able to control the space better, just looking for those hits, trying to find the space where Lionheart is not blocking and not being defensive enough, but Lionheart with the massive amount of pay... That was such a big brain play. DP out of the corner with CS to be able to reclaim the space and make Glodican feel pressure. Good throw tech there out of Glodican. Oh, and there's the super on reaction, doing a big pickup, getting the round win. If you have the meter, finish your plate and finish them off. Neither of the players here are slouches. Both are putting their all into this. There's the mix-up. You're not blocking that online. Unfortunately, a slightly dropped combo. I think that might have just been the end of it, though. But don't quote me on Yuzuriha combos. I don't know where they begin or end. I just know I'm getting hit by that sword. Ooh, interesting. It's still just the first game, but Glodican is already like testing Lionheart and seeing where the pressure, seeing where the spacing is in terms of their defense. They were able to bait out a green shield and then do a dash up after it, and a perfect coming out of Glodican. Really interesting match there, just in terms of those 3 rounds, seeing the difference between Glodican getting put on the back foot, being able to adapt to Lionheart, and then Lionheart having to deal with that Yuzuriha online mix-up pressure. It's just that much more difficult to block with a couple of without the rollback netcode. It's just that little bit more difficult to deal with her side swaps, especially when they're used intelligently, and especially when they're used meaningfully, like Glodican does. Look at that, just like very, very specific pressure, knowing the ranges on every single one of those sword swipes, being able to use each one to like maximum effect. I got hit by that DP. I don't know how Glodican managed to get out of the way. Air parry attempt there again. Ooh, throw into the handle. Interesting. Alright. This will bring us all the way into the corner and give Glodican the... Ooh, dash forward 2A. Nice choice. Probably looking for that stand tech bait. This is a piece of knowledge I don't actually have, which is I don't know if Yuzuriha is one of the characters with a low 2A or not. Good round from Glodican there. Really showing his ability to maintain space and maintain pressure. Oop. Ooh. Good use of 4B. Again, using that space, using that exact knowledge of where his normals are going to hit and where he can get in and out with the movement that's available to him in Under Night, using the 6D there on reaction to the shield to be able to go in for the overhead. Looking for it here. Oh! Gets a counter hit off the throw, and Yuzu, one of those privileged characters who actually gets in there in the corner, Veil strips, and is probably going to look to end the round here off a super. Ooh. I mean, if you've got the meter and it's free, Veil off only lasts so long after all. There's the throw. There's a good tech. Gets in the air, counters him out of the air, but no finish on it because of, I believe, just ran out of Veil off meter there. But that's game 2 to Glodican. Now, 2 rounds there. Looks super clean, and a lot of people would point to that and be like, ah, yeah, Glodican won that handily. But Lionheart still pushed him to about 30-20 seconds left in each round. Lionheart's defense is nothing to be sniffed at. Like, they're looking to get any opening they can to get aggression out, but the trouble is that if you look for aggression, really good block on that cross-up, if you look for aggression against Yuzu where you shouldn't be, you are going to get clipped, you are going to get mixed, and that's just going to be what happens to you. Unfortunate counterattack. Or a counter hit there even. Ooh, I got hit by that overhead. Really good bait. Saw the green shield come out after the staggered pressure. Dash forward, shield shatter, guarantees the grid. This is so much aggression coming out of Glodican right here. Such patience! Like, waited that extra heartbeat just before getting the stance hit out and then CS'd it immediately. That is excellent play and amazing use of the character's potential there from Glodican. Ooh, really good use of super there. And it, like, barely had the meter for it. Probably built it off those normals at the start of the round. I wasn't paying attention to the meter there, which means that Glodican definitely was. Ooh. Getting that corner pressure started again. We were talking about getting despirited fighting a Nanase, but like don't know how you can fight a Yuzuriha like this who's throwing you out of the corner only to put you back into a mix-up in it, where she could or maybe not do a cross-up slash on you anytime she wants to. Seeing a lot of shielding from Lionheart here, trying to regain a bit of meter, trying to regain the grid to be able to get the space back out here. Ooh, really good CS. Unfortunately gets clipped, trying to follow it up. Oof, and that's a double perfect for Glodican. I think you might know the Nanase matchup. I have a slight inkling. Alright. This isn't impossible for Lionheart either. Like we said, this is the first of 7. There's still 7 more wins Glodican has to get before Lionheart's out of this. And even at win 6, there's still a chance for a comeback. And we're seeing it now. Lionheart's able to like punish the dash pressure, goes in there with the wind, has CS. I didn't block that overhead. And gonna look for more pressure to keep looping. The one thing Nanase doesn't have on her side is utterly amazing damage. A lot of what we're seeing here is kind of ending at like decent enough damage for the mix she's getting. Really good pressure here from Lionheart. This is the kind of aggression we were hoping to see out of him. Whoop. Oh, the float! And a green shield. Oh, really good barrier there out of Glodican. Like, testing the space, seeing what they could get out. Just pushing the pressure where they had to. Ooh! I got hit by that. Ooh, the patience out of both players here. Yuzu with CS is really, really dangerous, but now that Nanase has it, she can get back on the offensive, try and find the space, maybe get a risky way in, something unsafe on blocks, some kind of mix-up that she should... Ooh! The air parry! 10 seconds left in the round. Glodican needs to get a hit in here. Maybe just a throw? This might be enough? 3 seconds, really good tech. CS freezes the clock using their unlimited worth. So smart. So smart. If they had done a super, the timer would have run out. If they had done anything else, the timer would have run out. That was a Hail Mary play from downtown, and they just knew. They knew Lionheart was going to do something after the throw tech and after the CS to try and, like, hold out that 1 extra second. Some iframes, something in the way, and just threw out that super. That is really good presence of mind, and really good presence in the game. But Lionheart's still showing, like, I'm no slouch, I'm still in this. You might have I've broken your grid, I'm gonna get this CS, and I'm just stagger pressuring you from the edge, 2A to challenge your Abare. Here we go again. Wind coming out here, and then... Ooh, no wind mix up here, though, off the knockdown. Probably know something that I don't. 4B eats the wind. Oh, Glodican. Ooh, gets called out on the dash. And this is it. Good job to Lionheart to take that round.
Win.
Okay. Ooh. Gets under the super by using wind car. Or sword car? Sword car. Ooh. Opts to go for the charge instead of the 4B. Scared. Glodican probably thought they could get the grid advantage there by doing neutral charge, but unfortunately, even with 2 throws, they couldn't. And that hits low. That breaks my heart. Oop. Dash dash throw and a gold throw. I think that might have been TRM'd though. Cross up into the corner, back into the corner. 4B probably gonna look for the cross up here. CS to get that pause to see the startup of the animation. Perfect to go. Yeah.
Glodican just farming those perfects one by one. 4-0 already.
When Yuzuriha starts the trainer rolling, it's really hard to challenge her. It's very, very difficult to be able to find the space that you need when she's in the zone that she wants to be in. Really interesting round start to, like, do hop back C. I think Glodican's trying to call out those sword cars. Goes in. We're gonna see it all the way to the corner now, I believe. No, not quite. Ups the CS charge. Loses the grid battle after the throw tech, unfortunately. Ooh. Is this going to CS into wind? Yep. Goes for the 2A. Continues pressure. Really good use of float to, like, slightly alter their jump pattern. So it baited Glodican to throw a button out. Ooh, veil off. Alright. Oh no, baited the 4B at distance, just stopped the sword car in time, and then gets the kill. Very intelligent play. Very intelligent play from Lionheart there.
Yeah, let's see if he can actually finish out one match at least. We've seen him win some rounds before, previous matches, but just couldn't close out the second round. But this is looking very good for Lionheart. 200 meter and water available. Can dish out another.
Super goes in for the for further attack. Good use of the float again. He's using those, like, little floats. Really good perfect there out of Lionheart. He's using those floats expertly. Like, any delay on your jumping arc will completely throw off your opponent. It's that kind of thing. It's in any fighting game. When we start talking about, like, say, Tager's jump C, if we start talking about Potemkin's jump D, or even ICPBM, when you use moves like that, you can really start messing with your opponent's head, because, or any dive kick in fact, you can start, they have a mental stack that's predicting where you're going to be, where you're going to go, and what they need to do to beat it, and the second that you interrupt that mental stack, you throw them off completely. So Lionheart's using those floats expertly to give Glodican that extra bit of pause, catch him in a counter hit, catch him in the high-low mix. It's really, really good play, and we're seeing that really pay off here. Ooh, gets the Veil off strip and gets CS advantage. So this is going to be a lot of pressure. Good Abare. Red beat combos. Hate to see them happen, but they will happen. Ooh, on occasion. Super to try and delay, get that. Ooh, uses the CS to make themselves safe. Wind. I don't know if Lionheart was trying to time out for 40 seconds there or not. I really hope they weren't, because, like, uses teleports mean that you. Oh no! Oh no! After such a strong showing in the last game, it's just unfortunate to have these things happen. Heart goes out to Lionheart. I wonder if Yuz is just in his head right now, and sometimes you just write off certain games. I know I'm very guilty of doing that when I'm playing Walled into certain matchups. I'll get clipped once by Wagner and just be like, that's the game, I guess. Ooh. I really like the way that Glodican kind of invites his opponents to come out of the corner, just that little bit. Oh no! Catches the Veil off at distance. Really well done by Lionheart. Either that or very greedy by Glodican. Ooh, goes for the throw. Dash in with the CS. Ooh. There's a slight use of float again, trying to throw off Glodican's Abare and other aggression. Good use of CS to get the throw. Still has a little bit of Veil off left. Counter Veil off. Interesting. Really good use of that is get off me move in the corner from both of them. Super Wind follows in normal wind. Not nearly enough meter to make this the last combo of the game, but it's still going to result in a positive outcome for Glodican. It's a good use of the stance normals, continuing the pressure.
Yeah, what can you do against that when Yuzuriha is just poking at you full screen?
6AB4, I think, is the only real answer. You have to try and close the distance as best you can. Certain characters will have different options at different ranges, but Glodican is well aware of them and is able to adapt to them as necessary. Like, showing why second place is no slouch. Gets a CS charge, gives themselves a bit more advantage. Lionheart still defending really well. It's going to wind up with the grid advantage here. Ooh, very good back dash out of the throw there. Ooh, Glodican no longer falling for those float mix-ups. Is seeing right through them. It's just like if I delay the 4B a little bit, it might just wind up as a block, but if I can just beat the wind, that's all I need to do. Ooh! Teleport into falling elbow. Really smart play. Excellent use of the space available to Yuzu after doing teleport. Ooh. 200 meter for both players. We might see a round closed out here by Lionheart here. Whoop! Good overhead. I got hit by it. The question is, do you burn your 200 meter, finish your plate, get the kill? I think you have to. Oh, really well done there to get that combo out. Really good presence of mind as well to notice that health being so low, they actually could squeeze out 2 supers into infinite worth. For those who don't know, the lower your health is, the more meter you get in Veil off, or rather, the less it drains to do supers. So where normally you might only get 1 super off during Veil off, or 2, when you have low enough health you can get 3 or even an infinite worth off after a super. It's also one of the properties of being in Veil off. If it's EX Veil off, you can cancel your supers into your infinite worth. Ooh, tries to catch the air teleport. Just too slow off getting the punish there. Seeing Lionheart give up ground here because they don't want to be blocking Glodican stuff. But that was a lot of meter to just reset things back to how they were. Ooh. Ups are low, gets the counter hit throw. Gonna see the corner combo again. And then the 50-50 mix. Oh! That's For those wondering what that little charge sign was, symbol was, certain characters, I think most characters, can charge their jumping C buttons, and in doing so you can bait an overhead by presenting that you're going to be doing JC, not releasing the button, landing, and then having the opponent still be blocking high, thinking that you're going to do something. It's a really good trick for characters like Gordo, Yuzu, and Hyde, because it causes your opponent to have to deal with a 50-50 mix-up after they've already expended the mental energy to block the overhead that they've seen coming. Really good counter veil off, puts Lionheart really far ahead in the grid war here, and gives them a lot of room to be aggressive. Ooh. Oh, there's the counter hit. Unfortunately, just ran out of veil off meter, so no super to follow it up. But still has Glodican in the corner for not very long. What do you do against Yuzu teleports like that? Like, she just claims the space. Some characters can challenge that. I know Gordo is a pretty good gorilla for making sure that he gets the space he wants. Some of Waldstein's normals can claim some space back, but you really have to be confident that you're gonna hit her. And that's another game to Glodican. What's the current number? I think we might be 6-1 right now?
Yeah, exactly. 6-1.
Alright. Remember what I said, though. It's not over till that 7th game gets won. So Lionheart still has a chance to make the 6th game comeback here. Commentator's curse immediately gets clipped. Oh no. Gets the shield broken, but never mind. Yuzu is no longer in the corner. Tons and tons of pressure coming out here, but Glodican's defense is holding well. It gets thrown back into the corner. Unfortunate for Lionheart. Ooh. Testing his defenses here. Trying to find the gap. Reclaiming the grid just by doing neutral charge at a range that she knew she was safe from most things that Nanase could throw out. Ooh. Is the overhead clip thrown to the corner? Wind to follow in. Excellent use of double jump float. I think this should be Lionheart's round. As long as he just finishes off... Ooh. Opts not to finish off. Glodican saves the meter for the next round. CS keeps the pressure up. Gets the counter hit. 10 seconds left. Will we see another 200 meter... Oh no! Oh, I think Glodican's only out there was maybe cancelling throw into 4B into 200 meter, but I think he wanted to opt to keep the meter for this round instead. There can be a better expenditure here. It's a really tense moment. You have to make such split-second decisions with something like that, where it's like, do I make this cancel? Do I lose this round? Do I take this round? Do I expend all my resources for the next? Like, I always say finish your play, but in the heat of the moment, like, different players will make different decisions, and it looks like Glodican's decision to hold their meter is paying off here. Oh, blocking all the mix-ups Lionheart is, except for that one. Never mind, Commentator's curse. The second I say it, the very second I say it! The juking to go in. I haven't seen Glodican use Yuzu's grounded dodge a whole lot, but I guess it's one of those things that if you don't use it, if you don't overuse it, you've got it for the right situations where it'll be important to have, like right there. Both of them feeling each other out, trying to find their ranges. Glodican doesn't want to rush this match. He knows he just has to win this one round. Lionheart not wanting to overextend himself. Good overhead. Ooh. Gets the wind to follow up. Just at the very edge of the overhead. Throw whiff from Glodican. Oh. Guard break. Lionheart has this match currently. All he has to do is land one more combo. Well, that might be easier said than done. Glodican's getting his space back. Finding the combos he needs to. And Lionheart's on the defensive, trying to get the space, trying to get CS, trying to get that little bit of extra meter. A Barry coming out there, getting that double counter hit. Throw into the corner. 26 seconds left on the clock. Ooh. Glodican with the veil off. Walk forward. What he's walking forward for, waiting for. Oh no, gets clipped by the overhead. You gotta watch those low overhead mixes that she gets. They're hard to react to. I look forward to getting hit by a bunch of them in the next game. Lionheart taking that second to compose himself. It's important to do that sometimes. Even after a win, you gotta take a second to take a breath. Like, ain't nobody gotta give out to you for taking too long if it's just like 10, 15 seconds. If you've just got the reset, take 5 minutes, do a lap. It's healthy for your mind to be able to calm down and re-rationalize matches. Getting the aggression, gonna have the corner. Opts not to take the corner, but instead take the CS advantage. Which, to be fair, has been kinda clutch in a lot of these scenarios in the match we've seen so far. Gets up there, goes for the throw in the corner. Crossover. Gonna see the teleport through? No, just dash up. Ooh! Doesn't quite catch the backdash, but does catch him crouching. Gonna try and reclaim the grid without having to expose himself on any aggression, but gets clipped by Sword Carlo. Still wins the CS battle. Oh, that's that. That's round 1. One more round, Glodican takes it. So this time he opted to burn all the meter to get the win for free. Free's a bit cruel. It's just a case of opts to burn CS, observes that Nanase is doing a thing, burns that super, which is super powerful by the way. Did not realize it had that much reach. Gonna have to respect that when I do wind up fighting Glodican. CS advantage, gets thrown into the corner. It's counter hit by the wind doing 2A. Interesting. One of Nanase's bigger damage combos that we've seen so far outside of her double super EX. Really intelligent use of that standing wind to force Glodican to have to block the low wind to get into the mix-up. Oh. Blocks high for the falling overhead. Gets clipped low. Alright, 1 round each. Lionheart showing that he's no slouch.
Still on match point. It's 1 more round.
Yep, just needs 1 more round. Has the 200 meter. Has the current advantage. Ooh! One of the rare wrong side Yuzuriha buttons. Throws off. 4B. Gets slices. Oh, gets the shield shatter. Gonna have the CS. Gonna have 200 meter. I think that's it. Goes for the simple ender. Takes it with the perfect. Well played to both players there. Lionheart showing how to apply some rather unorthodox Nanase mix, and well done to Glodican for showing how to mix someone up with Yuzuriha by simply moving at them.
It was more one-sided than expected. Gotta be honest there, but a lot of perfects on both sides. It's it was kind of back and forth, you could say, but yeah, Glodican taking all those W's.
Keep in mind, like, Lionheart had a really good showing in a lot of the rounds. Like, there were only a couple of double round wins for Glodican, where Lionheart didn't manage to at least claw one in there. And a lot of the early game was still Glodican kind of flexing out what Yuzu could do, and Lionheart having to deal with, like, oh, okay, where's my in, where's my out, where's my, like, maneuverability here, what do I need to do, and what can I do? And again, though, this might have just been, you know, a bit of a rough day for Lionheart, where it's just, you can't really shine against this kind of player, or you can't really shine in this kind of matchup, and it's okay. Still has points on the board at the end of the day, and that's what's important.
Exactly. Also, top 4 go to the playoffs. So Lionheart lost this match, but he's not out yet. He has a chance to come back. Just gotta win. Like, yeah, he can lose another match or two, but then it's gotta be very close, clutching out that 4th place. But yeah, it's week 1. He lost against probably the best player in the bracket. So yeah, it's not the end. It's not the end.
Plus, you have to remember a lot of us are going to be very rusty because Guilty Gear Strive only just came out. A lot of us have swapped over to a new game because its rollback netcode is blessed. And like I know, for instance, myself, I haven't picked up Under Night in about, oh dear, like 2 months. So if I drop every combo, please be gentle.
Okay, yeah. I leave the smack talk to Lionheart, who's gonna commentate the next match with me. First, I gotta restart everything. At least
Stream's
everything
having a bit of a day.
because people said the sound from my side isn't good. So I'm gonna put the stream into a quick break in a moment, and then I'm gonna restart Discord. I'm gonna restart voice meter. So yeah, hopefully I can get this issue fixed for the second match.
Okay, I'm gonna go get some water, and we'll do a tag out and let Lionheart come in and replace me.
Exactly. So I'm gonna switch over to standby now. Voa, thanks for commentating. Good luck in your match, and just stay in the room, and I will let you know when we can start.